have a Linksys router here that I've taken the top off of already. Here's the top. Pretty standard getting that off. There's just a few clips along the side here that you have to just knock out of place. Here you see the Linksys board. Once you have the internals exposed, when we're looking for UART, there's going to be 4 pins on the board. You can see they're right here. You get a better view. Kind of see them there. So first things first, we're going to pull out a multimeter. I have mine here. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and turn it on to continuity mode so we can search for ground. So with that on, we're going to use these blast shields that are commonly connected to ground, and then we're going to go down the pins and look for a beep. Beep is when this specific mode on the multimeter has found ground. So black lead on the shield, and then red positive lead across each of the pins. And actually our multimeter is set to the wrong function. So on here you can see the function in the top, and you can see the units here. So we know that's the wrong function. Trying to get the glare out. And there we have the right mode, continuity mode. We'll go ahead and try down these pins. And right here on the last pin, the farmost pin, you see when I'm touching ground, and this far pin, oh wait, I gotta connect to ground here, get a better grip, get that beep. And all the other ones we don't. So we know that this farmost pin right here is the ground. Now we can change our multimeter to volts, and we can second here. Set that up to the right setting, and we'll go ahead and get the power cable for the Linksys router on the back, just standard power. Looks like it's a 12-volt power supply. Got that there and there, and then we'll go ahead and power on. We got lights. Good indicator that we have power. And now so far we've found one of the UART pins, the ground pin. We need to identify which pins are for transmitting and receiving, so we can get that communication protocol set up with our laptop to get the shell. And then the very last pin would be just standard power for the UART pins. So again, gonna hook the black lead up to some ground, and then we'll go red pin on the far leftmost pin, and syncing here. DC, okay. So we have it on correct mode now. Hook up, and this very first pin is at 3.3 and it's staying pretty steady. The second one's at 3.27 and it's fluctuating now, 3.29. We're seeing a little bit of fluctuations there. So our best guess is that one's going to be transmitting. The last one, let's see, 3.27, and it's staying pretty steady. So that one will probably be receiving. Again, the first one's staying at 3.3. 3.3 is pretty standard for power. So one thing we can do to make sure is that this transmitting one is the one that's fluctuating. So fluctuating would mean that the power over this connection is going up and down, up and down. That's how your bits are going to be transmitted. And then the receiving pin should be pretty steady because it's not receiving anything. There's nothing connected right now. So let's go ahead and turn it on one more time. This way it should start sending something over. You'll see it's at 3.3 pretty consistently. Let's see, dropping a little bit. Nothing much going on. We'll go to the third pin closer to ground, and it's fluctuating a little bit more now. So we might have gotten them reversed. The third one might actually be transmit. Yeah, it's fluctuating a lot more. Let's go back to the second one. Second one's staying pretty steady. Alright, we're gonna, for now, go ahead and assume the first pin closest to me. Let me turn this light off so you can see better. The first pin closest to me, this one here is just normal power. This one here is ground, the furthest one closest to you, and then the second one closest to you, second most closest to you, is transmitting, and this one here is receiving. So now I just have a standard UART to USB cable, and we're going to refer to the manual for the USB to UART cable and find out which pins are which. So USB goes into the computer. And then our multimeter for now can go away. Get this out of the way. Come on. Stangle. Alright. With that out of the way, we have our UART. We have their directions, and we can see here on page 4 the pinout. Again, this glare is pretty bad. Try to move this. You see cable pinout, and then we have our 4 pins here. It's not focusing like I want it to. But anyways, the first pin, pin 1, we have white, which is transmit. Pin 2 is receive. 3 is black, ground, and then the pin 4 is just power, 5 volts. Kind of see a little bit there. So we go white, transmit, and that one was second most to you guys. And then we had red is power, That'll be this one. There's power. Then we want ground is black. So red and black are on the outsides. We don't actually need red because we got the power supply already hooked up back here. But we want to hook up the transmit cable on the transmit cable here, the connector, the transmitter to the receiver on the board, and the receiver pin here to transmit pin on here. So, assuming that this one is transmit and this one is receiving, we'll do white, green. Okay. This should be our pinout. Once again, check. Green is receive. Yes, that looks right. Let's go ahead and plug these in. Like so. And then we will switch over to the desktop view. Okay, with the USB UART connection plugged in, we're going to open up PuTTY or Extra PuTTY. It should look something like this. We're going to go for a serial connection. We need to find out which COM our computer is using. So we'll open up Device Manager. It looks something like this. We'll go to Ports, COMs, expand that, and we can see the specific cable here we have here on COM4. And then for the speed, there's a bunch of standard baud rates, which we're going to guess through. Here's just a few examples. So we'll start with 9600 and then work our way up. And we'll go ahead. And we'll see PuTTY opens up a shell and nothing's on. That's because the router's off still, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. Turn on the power supply. Put that on. See if we get anything. No connection is opening, so we're going to go ahead and close. And sure. Open up PuTTY again. And we're going to try different baud rates. There's a bunch of them. I believe for this router it's this specific baud rate, so let's try that one. Oh, wrong COM. So it's giving me an error message and I can't access that. Let's try one more time. Serial 4, baud rate 115200. And go ahead and open that. And see here, connection. The router is off. So let's turn that on and off again. Displaying the light now, so I'm going to hope that it's coming on. You see connected, and we're starting to get stuff. Okay, so now we do have a successful connection. We can see connected. It's displaying a lot out to the terminal. Here we go. Just trying to open up the shell. It's asking us to log in now. The router's starting up. Looks like default configuration I have saved in there. Let's see here. It's going to ask us for login. We're going to go with admin. Admin. We actually get in. So it was just a lucky guess. But since we're in already, you can go ls bin. ls bin. Read only file system. Cannot remove. I don't want to remove anything. Okay, so that's ls bin. Now we're just looking for some kind of configuration. Wait, let's see, wait. Sys sbin. Let's do ls sbin. Maybe find some kind of firmware they have on here. So we're just looking through all these files they have. ls home. It's in home. Read only, read only, read only. Starting SMBD. I don't know about that. Exit that. Okay. Let's see. What else can we find? Let's look in var. I think that's actually okay. And then we find config. Oops, typed that wrong. Config. ls config. Did I go? Alright, we need to change our directory to var first, and then it's restarting. Well, you can see we would have found the config here, and then be able to look up how this router set up.